tune into it a little bit. At least for Friendscape, they were excited.
Yeah, Janice Live is doing something Friday
For it.
with the same feed.
Cool.
Something going on there, and the airport saw all these people and people with guns, and they would come to the front of the line, and they would do all kinds of crazy. And so the next day, soccer team Saturday the first sport, right? Realized
You have go ahead and just get started. Oh, okay. Gracias. Yes. All right. So we'll go ahead and call the Central Park CAC meeting to order. Courtney's got our attendance.
Let's see. So we got Thomas,
Yes.
Grant, Matthew,
Present.
Travis, Ursula,
here.
David, Hollis, Steve Power.
Here, finally.
Yeah, so let's introduce Casey.
Yeah, well, so much stuff.
Hey everybody, my name is Casey Bauer. I used to be on the downtown CRA CAC. I was formerly with the Tampa Downtown Partnership. After that role, I'm now with the Trust for Public Land, focused on conservation finance across Florida. So I work on bond measures to secure funding for parks, trails, conservation spaces. I live over in La Union. I've been there for about almost 3 years. So I was really eager to get back into kind of community engagement here in downtown and adjacent, and so living in Central Park, I wanted to be involved here with you all. So
Awesome.
I was banging on the door and then applying again and again, and Courtney finally let me in.
I welcome him with open arms. He did a lot of, tell me what you did for the partnership.
With the partnership, I was doing everything from mobility. Karen Kress was my direct manager, so I know she attended these as the partnership rep. I worked on mobility issues, so everything from installing bike racks to traffic studies to tracking development to doing the property assessments. So I did run the analysis on all of the growth in downtown by the partnership standpoint and kind of new residents coming in, population forecasting, things like that.
Yeah, so he knows a lot.
What's your education background in?
Education, political science, so just kind of a generalist, but prior to the partnership, I did a lot of work in kind of research and data, so I've kind of taken that, applied that to kind of economic development, and found my way into conservation. So a little bit of everything.
Nice.
If you guys want to bemoan property taxes and everything that's going on and how that affects the bond market, we can talk after.
Welcome, Casey.
What's the park?
The pot, that's just my, I'm getting married in February, and I told my cat, I gotta show my cat that I love her just as much as I love them, so it's basically that's the commitment, yeah.
I didn't know what animal.
Nope, yeah, it's a cat, yes. Cat with one more, 6 toes, so she's got 6 toes on each paw, so. If you see me with scratches, it's because she runs my life, and she's a mean girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. All right, so do we have any public comment today?
Yeah, Leroy's note took the probably just because he's on the appointment. Is
Okay.
on there, but
All right, I don't know if I'm messaging back or not. No. But he did say something. Okay, so approval of the minutes, do you want me to?
Yeah.
No, okay, so there's just a couple very small changes that I noticed that were nothing major whatsoever, but on,
Oh, I'm sorry.
get it, girl. Let's see. On the top of this page right here, Cass Street. I think he meant to put Cass Street.
Let's see.
Is that right?
I do need help.
And then,
GB chat help me.
that's okay, and then here, it's just TALA T-A-L-I,
Where did we go to?
right over here, Oak Avenue, right under it.
Okay.
It's a T-A, W-0, L,
T-A-I-F-E-R?
R-R. So, let's see. It's gonna be right there. Come on. T-A-L-I-A-F-E-R-R-O. I think that was it. So if anybody else wants to make a
Yeah, if
motion to
anyone sees
approve.
anything missing, or, because there was a lot of discussion, so.
Yeah.
And I did copy and paste this to send to Parks Department and, Mobility, just to make sure they did take thorough notes, that they could see everything.
No, it was a great job.
That we talked about.
It was just, like I said, very small, little tiny things that I just
Okay.
saw, but everything else looked great.
Move to approve with changes, or?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
okay. So we've got Grant, motion, Matt, second.
Okay.
And then Ursula, you good with that? Yep, Ursula's good, I'm good.
Okay.
We'll pass that. All right, hey. So, Mr. Moore, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. What you got?
Oh, so, update on retail at Encore. I'll start with the big building, the Harrison, which is slated to open sometime between the middle of July and middle of August, with the grocery store opening. Fully committed to Totem Grocers. Then they also have a 40,000 square foot office suite in that building, which is fully committed as well. I think they've got about 2,000 or so square feet, but they're anticipating absorbing that within their existing clients, which includes the Patel Family Foundation, his foundation office, moving his headquarters to the Harrison, PCL contractors, and then the largest footprint on that 40,000 square foot would be Tampa Family Health Centers, operating their full clinic, medical clinic, and offices in the Harrison building. Moving to this building's been fully leased out for quite some time. We have one vacancy here, which is the barber shop, which is actually close to being under lease with the existing tenant in this building, the pharmacy. So the pharmacy is looking to expand and also include a emergency clinic operation, essentially emergency medical clinic, so people throughout the day or even 24 hours can come and actually get medical assistance. So they're looking to lease the additional space made available in the barber shop. So we're not signed yet under contract with them, but that's a pretty solid tenant prospect. That's the only vacant space we've got in this building. The other two tenants include the Urban League on the far corner and the pharmacy. So this barber shop would be between those two spaces. In the Ella building, we've long time had that leased out now. Avo Pizza is the existing food and beverage operator there. Right next to it is a 3,000 square foot space that is under final lease negotiations with two separate restaurants. So there end up being two additional restaurants coming to the Ella at Encore, a Mediterranean restaurant and a vegan restaurant. So we're real happy about those two food choices because it diversifies our menu of offering in this down the street to Tempo, right next to the Ella. The Tempo has now been under lease for about 9 months for the theater and restaurant. They are almost finished with their designs and have started the permitting process for both the theater as well as the restaurant. They've got their contractors are negotiating final construction costs for those 2 build-outs now. So you'll see real soon now a coming soon sign in the windows at the Tempo. Or once again, if everybody's not aware, it's a 99-seat stage theater occupying about 3,000 of that 5,000 square feet. And right next to it will be a restaurant, 2,000 square foot restaurant. Going over across the street to the Trio building, that final restaurant space, which is the corner lot, is under lease. And they're actually starting to work interior on it now. They got early permit to start work interior, and they're starting work in there this week, literally. It's going to be Captain's Creamery is the name, and Captain's Creamery is essentially an ice cream parlor with arcade. So a small version of Dave and Buster's maybe, if you want to. With ice cream. Then the Head Start space that for 5 years was under lease and well used by Hillsborough County School District as a Head Start operation. They moved out a little over a year ago, and we have Hillsborough County government Head Start program moving in. So as part of Hillsborough County government moving in to operate a daycare, they've been negotiating and have now finally gotten the approval of the city to utilize that green, the green space right on that cutout corner of the Trio parcel on the southwest corner of the Trio parcel. It's a really small lot, not much bigger than this room, a little bit bigger than this room. And that will become the dedicated playground area for the Head Start. So, and that was key for the Hillsborough County being able to operate Head Start there, because state law precludes them from crossing a street to have access to play area. So it was very important that they actually have it on the same block. And that's actually part of the city dedicated park. That's part of Perry Harvey Park. So they had to go through some process with the city to be able to utilize it for Head Start playground. But that's actually been approved now. The only other retail, well, 2 more retails that I can update you on. The Navarro building, I believe, still has about 2,000 square feet unleased. I've got a prospect that I'm introducing to them. I don't know how negotiations are going yet, but for the opportunity to bring in financial services to this site. So a banking tenant for that corner. And the building right across the street from the Ella is the Mill Creek product that just went into lease up early this year. They've got 10,000 square feet of ground floor retail, and that's under lease now to 2 tenants, a very large dental operation and a spa operator. So they reported to me about 60 days ago that they're under lease for those 2 spaces. So they'll fully commit all of the retail in that building. So retail takes a long time. Retail always comes after the rooftops in any new community. And we've got a great mix of retail tenants coming to Encore as a result of that patience.
The 2 restaurants, is this their first openings, or do they have other sister restaurants?
In the Ella,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I'd have to find that out. But yeah, I don't know them personally.
Gotcha. And do you know when the creamery is slated to be open?
Well, they're under construction now, so typically, 120 to, 160 days or so for a build out. So they should be opening hopefully sometime this year.
I'm glad you mentioned that about the head start, 'cause I know you had mentioned it before, and then last month when Parks was here, and I asked if they were gonna put a dog park in, and they said they were gonna put it there, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, and because it was touch and go. At one point, it looked like that wasn't gonna work for, technical reasons dealing with the dedicated nature of the city park and having it used for an isolated, purpose, head start. But, but they've gotten past that, and, they're actually looking for bidders now to be at the park build out. In the interim, Hillsborough County is actually converting part of the daycare space for an indoor playground so that they can go ahead and open by it. And we actually have an opening date for the Head Start within the next 90 days. They'll be open for business.
What's the difference between the two, the one that was there and the one that's coming in?
Well, I mean, they're both Head Start program under the banner Head Start. One is school operated, Hillsborough County Public Schools operated Head Start. Now, why Hillsborough County Public School didn't have the same state, condition, I don't know. But I did notice that when the school district was operating there, the last 2 years or so, it seemed like they were mostly using the restaurant space, the kind of outdoor seating area. We got a little fence around the outdoor area right there at the Trio building. And they would march the kids out of the Head Start just to the corner, and they would actually have a little ball kicking it around within that little fenced-in area. So I think technically they could not cross the street either, but they were accommodated by at least having that paved area that they can let the kids play in the outdoors. So the school district completed their full 5-year lease and chose not to renew, and that then allow Hillsborough County government run Head Start to come in as a lease tenant.
Any talks with, I know it's a boring business, but there's so many people here now, and I don't think that there's anything around, any dry cleaner or service like that?
We haven't had any prospects for cleaning, dry cleaning or laundromat.
That's great,
Kind of operation.
And having they just do the tailored aspect of
I
the
just
dry cleaner
figured
too. I was just
some
talking
people-
with, yeah,
Could probably do a lot of pickup, drop-off services.
Yeah.
Because they're so close.
Right.
Yeah.
Be interested to see if anyone sees the opportunities.
absolutely, that's a great idea.
That could be a good operation. And the pickup drop off, we wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
Actually doing the dry cleaning, we would
That's
have
the
a
only-
problem
yeah.
with that. Yeah, we wouldn't.
A lot of the places are all off-site now anyway. I
Yeah.
think all the places near me are dropping off and they take it to the van in the morning anyway.
Yeah, that would be a great business.
yeah, for sure. So you guys are looking towards August?
So to piggyback on what you said, we're looking to, so grocery store, can't wait, like you said, totally, between July 15th and August 15th. Same thing with first move-ins, that'll probably be early August, is when the tenants will start moving in. The office space on the 7th floor is gonna track a little bit behind the other things, just the way the timing worked, but we're really excited to get the grocery store running and getting our tenants in there. If you have any specific questions, feel free. I wanted to ask you guys today, and it was actually came up on our property management call with Greystar. If anybody has any suggestions, the more like services that we can offer to tenants that are around here. For example, any trusted dry cleaners that are around, or dog walking services, like anything we can throw on there. If there's trusted companies around that people believe in or would put stake their name on them, we'd love to throw them on the when they're doing a tour. Hey, you have a dog? Perfect. There's this dog walking company in town or anything like that. So any services we can offer or recommendations for service providers for things is great.
So is there space still, that little 2,000 or 3,000 square feet that might not be taken up by the existing tenant prospects? Is that still available? Have you guys pretty much,
Pretty
Diego
much.
mentioned, not Diego, but Chad mentioned that, that was, the way he put it, because I have an attorney actually that was looking for a space here. and they needed way more than what you have still left over available. But they were considering making a small space available for that purpose, but, you know, they need 30,000 square feet.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah, it's pretty much filled up. They found a use for everything. There's PCL. I think that there's, yes, and then like Becker Case Foundation is all there. I believe there's another possible new insurance company, possibly, I think, in the talks for the rest of it. And then, yeah, Tampa Family Health is half of it. It's crazy. If we would have known the demand for it, when we started building it, office space was on decline, right? And we filled up, we were gonna do 2 floors, and then kind of got cut out. And if we knew how much demand there was gonna be, we would have definitely done that second floor.
and do you know if Tampa Family Health Services will include dental in this operation? Some of their operations include dental lately, but,
I heard it, they kind of have their separate talks now, once we gave them their space. I had heard at the beginning that they possibly were going to, but I'm not totally sure where they landed on that. I know that there is space that's dedicated to the resident, like medical residents as well, to come like while they're rotating with Tampa Family, or if they're just part of Dr. K's graduate medical education program, there'll be a simulation lab space there and a training room facility where, you know, if they want to debrief or anything from their day rotating with Tampa Family or their sim lab experience, so it'll be nice too.
yeah, and I was just thinking with the Mill Creek operation, you know, very large dental operation, I think that's one of those sedation dental kind of practices, but I didn't know if that would be a little bit of a conflict having, you know, Tampa Family, but they don't have it in all of their locations.
Yeah, no.
But,
I think originally they wanted to, and then I think they wanted more space if they were going to, so I want to say no, but
so
we
we
are.
never know, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's still a site, it's good.
Yeah.
And then the barber, was there talk about that being like a UPS store or a shipping store or something? That's out, right?
Yeah, UPS has turned them down,
Okay.
so yeah, they pretty much have enough UPS coverage in this area, so
Gotcha.
they pulled out. So the Prospect, which is the same operator for the pharmacy, is looking at doing a natural medical, you know, doctor's office.
Urgent care type thing?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you have any questions? Anything, Aaron?
Unrelated to, let me, I'm sorry, yeah, let me just add one more, you know, familiar face here just reminded me. On Scott Street, we have the 2 historic Johnson Brothers houses. We went out for, you know, bidders to do the construction, the reconstruction, and historic preservation. We got it all designed, and we didn't get any bids. So we're gonna be rebidding that real soon. We'll get a bidder on there. But those 2 homes are not gonna be used for residential purposes. They will also be light retail, light commercial uses. One of which, I'm looking at as a coffee, type operation, coffee shop. And the second one as either art gallery or gift shop type, you know, business, light retail. So we'll be looking for tenant prospects in those 2 categories real soon.
And
And
St.
how does
James,
one find out when you're looking?
I'm sorry?
How does one find out when you're looking?
Right now. Yeah, we once we start the restoration, we don't know, you know, it could take a year to do the historic preservation though, so we're not gonna be too, you know, we don't wanna get out there too soon. So it'll probably be a year from now before we actually start putting, you know, for lease signs up. But if we find a prospect now, we can start working with them, even, you know, in construction. And that's ideal, is to try to identify, you know, the right kind of operation.
do you know which house you're gonna do which, or does it have you established that yet?
Yeah, their design, I can't remember which is which
Okay.
though. Yeah.
Are they about, the one's bigger, right? The one
Just
that like
barely
he had kind of updated a little bit, has that big backer.
on the back, yeah.
Okay.
And we also have, you know, outdoor seating between the 2.
Cool.
As well, so. So really small, I think, 1,400 square feet if my memory serves me right.
So did you say you didn't get any bidders on the, or responses for the historic preservation.
Yes.
I wonder if you should talk to the Jackson House Foundation, because they just went through that process and then selected a historic preservationist. And these would be a little bit easier than the Jackson House. So,
They selected a preservationist or a contractor, because we actually have the preservation docs, everything's already done, we've gone through SHPO and we're in permitting now. But, yeah, we're looking for a contractor. that
yeah, it might be
does
worth talking to, I don't know if you know Dr. Collins or Dr.
Yes,
Scott,
yes,
because I don't know what all process that, they're ready to go now that they've selected who they need in order to not lose their National Historic Landmark designation.
Right.
So I don't know who all they've spoken to over
Yeah.
these last several years.
Right, I'll reach out to the architect I know, Joel, so I'll reach out to him. Okay. He's actually our architect for the two homes as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, we didn't get bidders. Dave, I don't know if you know any more intel on the bidding for the Jackson House. We didn't get any bids.
No, I know we went through one round of bidding,
Mhm.
but we didn't get very close.
Yeah,
I believe Roseanne is talking to Gerald
okay.
and
So
doing
she's
some
gonna
more,
talk to them,
I
okay.
believe.
But I'll reach out to them just to see who they got for the.
Yeah.
Did the, I thought I remember the guys that are doing our building possibly saying that they would,
PCL?
I thought, because they're gonna have their new office in the building, it'd be worth mentioning, I'm not sure, I can't speak for them, but if they're right here and it's gonna be going on right
We'd
here.
be glad to talk to them, that's for
Absolutely,
sure.
absolutely.
And I honestly don't know if that's, even their specialty, but they're so big that I'm sure they could.
And I don't talk a little class, I mentioned I was gonna contact Deborah, Sage Construction, and maybe even Harry, and see if anybody, we just needed to throw a little bit wider net based on where the numbers were coming in.
Yeah, we have a great contractor on the St. James building, so I
Yes.
don't know why they didn't bid, but it could just be busy time for them, I don't know, but,
Yeah, he was over in Pinellas County somewhere, and I think he's moved on to a different format of construction.
Slightly adjacent to retail, but parking in Harrison, I just wanted to get my numbers straight. Is it 460-ish parking spaces that you guys have?
That sounds right, but it's all divided, yeah.
I was gonna ask
between
what
uses.
the ratio is for those to the grocery store versus kind of like office tenants versus residential, or just kind of for someone who's going for the retail, who's the parking operator they're gonna be interacting with, and if there's already, what the parking rates may or may not be.
So I can get you more information on the actual ratios,
Yeah.
because I don't have them on the top of my head. But the way I understand it is the retail will be the first parking, so
Yeah.
it'll be open parking to get to the retail, and then after that, there'll be like the guest parking for the office, gate parking for the office, as you continue to go up, gates for the residents.
Probably something like 2 hours free or along those lines for grocers.
Think so, I didn't hear anything about charging for it from the property association, but I think the general thought is the 2 hours, the
Yeah.
grocery shop. Yeah.
Okay.
But I can definitely get more information on that for you.
Will that be gated, the grocery aspect of it, like they have at the Sprouts down there on?
No, I don't think so, the way I understood it, it was gonna be open for the retail, it would become then gate and secured after the retail for the tenants and for the office.
Okay.
Like the Harrod and the Publix there, basically, where it's parking.
Yeah,
Parking.
that's how I understand it, with a limited time and
Yep.
then.
Do you know who your parking operator is gonna be?
I don't think they have one selected, I think that they're
Self-doing, okay.
self-performing.
Any questions on your end? No? You good? All right. So then, we got updates on Central Park developments. I mean, that was kind of just our open conversation.
Yeah, that was if, you wanted to, if there's anybody that knows anything or wanted to have questions or have questions.
Anybody that knows anything?
What's that?
What do you know?
Yeah.
Okay, and then, so you, staff report, the capital projects tracking spreadsheet.
Yeah, so nothing has been added since the last time. Still moving along with wayfinding signage.
So much nice and big. God, I'm so proud of you.
I didn't do this, but, we're working
Before
on,
it was like this.
no, that's
I
the
mean-
next, that's the next.
So that's the next one.
Last stage.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Everyone's been trying to comply with ADA regulations, and so, yeah,
And how does this comply?
no color, you know, does have to be a certain font, a certain size font. The color contrast wasn't passing the testing of compliance.
Do they have any, like updates on the wayfinding signage? I know that we had this couple meetings with them, like, is there anything?
Oh, yeah, we work with API regularly. So we just did a budget reprogramming about a month ago to add all the additional signs after they met with all the CACs, if it were pedestrian, bicycle signs, or wayfinding. Yeah, the larger ones. So they've added signage to most of the districts based on CAC input, so I needed to add money to that contract. So we just recently did that. Now I have to program money for the fabrication and installation of all the signs.
When's that gonna happen, you think?
I'll probably be able to do it at the July 23rd meeting or the August 20th meeting.
So you think signs will be by the end of the year?
Well, the whole goal is by probably March, before March. Yeah. Yeah, no, API is really aggressive with moving this project along.
Cool.
Pulling out their hair on this one. It's been
I
a long
know, I
time.
know.
It's been a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're getting there, I just have to line up the money for fabrication and installation now.
Okay, and you said, I think August will be maybe, once the council, once the CRA talks about the fiscal year for 27, maybe reallocating some funds from different areas.
Well, there has been a discussion about the 30% affordable
Mhm,
housing,
mhm.
because it's different in all areas.
That's right.
East Tampa has no issue with
Mhm.
the ability
Correct.
of being able to use that 30%
Sure.
money. Whereas downtown, we have had two projects for downtown. You know, none here, none in Channel District. So council discussed last month, or CRA board discussed at the last meeting, that it just doesn't, it's not a one size fits all.
Right.
Should we not be reallocating like downtown's money towards streetcar expansion,
Sure.
or other
Things that
opportunities?
downtown needs.
Yeah, so that's why I said Deep Parks would probably come back in maybe the August timeframe to talk
Mhm.
about what that whole housing picture looks like.
Yeah, and she'll probably have some good feedback from stuff in East Tampa and West Tampa that they've purchased
Mhm.
and gonna build on to kind of show what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yes, and I just got a long email, so the commercial grants team did meet with Paradise Missionary Baptist Church on what they're thinking they want to replace. So I
Okay.
haven't had a chance to digest the email, I just got it today.
Okay.
And
What
then
was the request?
I haven't, I
So she
still
hasn't
have
read through
to
it?
look at through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I didn't meet with them, they
She
just
might
met.
keep you hanging until August.
They just met yesterday, and Andrea from that team put together they're not short emails, and so some attachments, and I just haven't had a chance.
And they're
To
requesting
look at it.
$500,000, is that what it says?
I think it's that they're building, their project cost is $1 million, and they can only ask 50%. So that's probably, the
500,000?
500 is probably their ask.
Okay. And then Tampa Park.
What did, sorry, I know we're kind of past it now, I just can't remember off the top of my head, what did they say the estimated completion time was for the, pergola type thing in the park for the?
Oh, the band shell?
Yeah, the band shell.
I think they said August.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be quick. Originally it was June.
Oh, okay, so like by the end of the summer.
Yeah. They said, I think the 22nd, they're gonna start putting signs up.
Next
Oh,
week, June
sweet.
22nd.
Mm-hmm.
This area is gonna be, give it 2 more months, I think it's gonna be packed with.
Better be. Alright, so.
Yeah, so that was the only one that's really been active. The other ones, you know, I told you, Tampa Parks Department, that their ask is too large for our budget.
Mhm.
So I don't know why they're still on here.
And then,
Meacham, Travis, I don't know, no.
yeah, my fault. We talked to Joe about that too.
Okay.
Lawn factor inactive, why is that?
I don't know.
Lab, pig, I don't know what the heck that was all about. What's that last thing say? Feisty flame?
That's definitely, yeah, these are, the commercial grants came out with these.
Pages useless, get this out of here.
Okay,
Still looking at update on that, maybe print it for August.
yeah,
Okay, perfect.
yeah, so,
And we'll probably have some more applicants for that, back, or then as well, right?
for,
Those
Commercial grants?
Mhm.
yeah, they're gonna start really on advertising for these, now that the policy's getting set in place.
Gotcha.
They just been a little on hold, waiting for CRA board to approve the policy.
So all of these will eventually have to come through here and present on it for approval of these, or is this just strictly through?
Yeah, the commercial grants, like if it's an interior grant, an exterior grant, or a pre-development, those can be handled just by the team.
Okay,
It's the larger asks, like the special projects that are 500,000, some of those larger asks would come to the CAC.
gotcha. Okay, so those two as of right now.
And then no new business, right?
No, it's the only thing we don't meet in July.
Right.
Our next meeting is in August.
Anything that you want to have work done for August? Questions you have about anything, or?
Not right now.
Is there any update on, what is it, lot 10, and the construction?
LBND?
Diego Bonet, he's going to come to downtown CAC and Central Park CAC in September to provide an update. So we made that request, and I provided him 3 different meeting dates, and he chose September for both CACs to provide an update of what's going on.
There was just some legal,
Yeah, the
back and
funding
forth.
agreement has been in process for many weeks. It's finally done. It just was finished like last week, the funding agreement of what downtown provided to that project. The CRA downtown, 5.4 million.
What were they doing? Is that the utility work they were doing on CAS? Is that?
I don't think they've done
Related to-
anything.
That was horrible.
yeah,
It's horrible now too, like there's bouncing on
I know,
the
they
gas.
they
uh-huh,
got like the steel plates
Yeah.
yeah,
on the road and
I don't
everything.
know that they've
right, up
have
it.
done anything.
Yeah, right on the side of the bar right there.
Um,
Like you could only take Governor, you couldn't go any further west. It was all blocked off for a while.
I don't know if that's done or not.
And this is probably Park's question, but I don't know, do you know why all those, no park, those park patron only have those red bags on them between Scott and, no?
No.
Okay, that's probably Park's.
Usually it's when they're getting ready for an event.
Yeah, they've been up there for like probably about 10, 12 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and people don't care, they're still parking there. So I was just curious, and now, you know, but then park mobility is always like, oh, that's Parks, and Parks, like, oh, that's mobility, so it's like, okay, well, you're just gonna park it.
I do have one question. Is there anything going on with Mount Moriah and, Catholic?
Cross Street?
Yeah, just curious, I'm hearing rumors about stuff, but
Alright,
Mount Moriah has not been solved.
not that I have heard. I know they changed ideas with the New Salem, they were gonna be doing something there, and then I think that, what's his name? Gasworks,
Mayor Shaw?
Shaw, I think about that. And they were gonna be, I think they were gonna do something different up there, and there was been a couple of concept ideas that have changed up there by Salem's, the Blue Church. But I haven't heard anything about Mount Moriah or St. Peter Claver, I haven't heard anything about either one of them. I know that, you know, we've always talked about that little triangle that was brownfield, so that's why they weren't able to do any kind of like green space per se with that. But, I don't know.
I got the parking update.
Oh, cool.
So there's the 327 for the residential, there's 90 spaces for the office and 52 retail spaces. They don't have an operator yet, but they're in talks with one. They don't have a name yet. There's currently the gate located, like I said, between the two. They're in the process, depending on what the operator says, if they're gonna put one at the front to control public versus the retail parking.
Yeah.
And they'll also weigh in on how the timing in the garage will be controlled. And obviously, if you go to the grocery store, I'm sure there's some validation.
License plate readers or something along those lines.
That's what I had heard originally, was the license plate readers, but it sounds like they might do the gate, so.
Post that ticket, the Sprouts, you're always like, oh, you forget your ticket there or something.
Oh,
Or
really?
you're trying to get that laser to get it and it's not, and you got somebody beeping behind you and the one gate's broken, you're just like, oh, get me out of here. Cause there's no street parking at that one, you
Yep.
know what I mean? So it's like you're forced to either pay for parking to go to a grocery shop or go on that, which is, it's dreadful.
I think there's one parking operator that shall not be named, you know, just maybe don't do that one,
Mm.
whatever it could possibly be.
I didn't think that was a major issue until I got caught years ago with someone that was cited and had medical issues and we couldn't get out of the parking lot. I ended up calling the police.
Oh my God.
And they let everybody out.
Ah.
I mean, to be stuck in a place for 2 hours
Mm.
and, somebody separated from their medicine, that's not a good deal. So getting locked in a building is not good. I know this is not on that level, but, I mean, not that many people, but still,
Yeah,
it is an issue,
that's right.
or can be.
So for next month, no meeting, we're gonna come back on August,
I did.
That's okay.
I guess.
I'll consider this, I think it's probably 22nd or something, I don't know. But yeah, so anything that we think of between now and then, we can just email you if we have any questions or want any updates on anything regarding that. So we're gonna be coming back on the 19th.
Were you looking at July?
No, that's July, there's August
Oh,
here.
okay.
So it's gonna be August 19th will be our next meeting. That's it, we can go ahead and adjourn this. Appreciate everybody's time. Nice bringing you on board. It's always good to see everybody's beautiful faces. And it's gonna be so much different. Oh my God, the grocery store will be
Yeah.
open.
Grab a snack.
Oh my
all over.
God, yeah, for real.
When's right
I won't
now?
have to go there.
I don't think they're doing one. I'm not sure. I know all they have all the operators that are starting to work on their own site, but I'm not sure. I know they have an Instagram going, telemarketing.
Yeah.
There's nothing really posted on it yet, but I'm sure in the next couple
No,
weeks they'll get more and more.
I go to.
I just called Kevin Littlejohn from
So they're not.
or texted him
They've got
about
one.
it. So somebody gave him a call, so I gave him a call and,
There's one, you gotta be like.
we have your contacts, so make sure you get it.
You put cream in your hands.
I think they're doing, Dave,
And you turn to the
he's
side.
still
you
doing
Egyptian,
bail,
or
right?
Egyptian.
They're doing the bell, that's what it
Right.
is, that's what it was, yes. I knew they were doing something with the
Clear
city.
or brown. So if you want that tan right away, like.
It's a really exciting project for them, but yeah, they work to help out.
Yeah, okay, well, let's see if they want to do the same thing here.
It had brown in his shirt, I was like,
Yeah,
so.
they're really trying to expand into.
Spray tan at noon.
I love working
and
with them,
it'll
they're
gradually
all-
kick in, right,
yeah.
maybe around like.
They care
4
about
hours,
what
just
they're
charge
doing.
a lot, maybe like 5
In
hours.
fact, I hear,
But like,
they're
it's
talking
fucking
about
get it done
tens.
sometimes, my friends.
Oh, good for them.
Like, you know, we're doing tanner.
I mean, they're gonna be right here, so.
But they have
Might as well
like
keep
1,
them
2,
busy.
3, I love it.
That's why I would.
Okay, I've never heard
And
of
then
anyone
you
now.
Every time I see you, I think about Barnett Bank.
I had that
Wait,
big card,
Because I'm like, you know.
I had that big
right
card.
here, so
Yeah.
on my little display cabinet.
Speaking of which,
And they
he's a
have a
short term
red
now.
light too, you
No.
can go in.
Have you
That's
announced
the
that?
body with the red light.
Yeah, August 31st.
College jam.
So,
yeah.
I think I
Oh, it's a
put in
membership
my.
or pay
Well, the thing is, you can down page.
Had a wonderful time. See you guys.
Bye, Matt. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Everybody.
Time to go do something.
But I
RV.
they'll have deals sometimes like buy one, get a lunch or whatever, but, usually on Black Friday, they'll have buy a year, get a year.
Oh.
So it's like,